Step into a world of love, peace, and positivity.
with stories of enlightenment, tales of distrust, and betrayal.
Poly is a hard road of constant learning and a process that requires a love of self in order to love many.
The poly good, bad, ugly, and fuckery. Welcome to Danli's Polyam Adventures.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your homeboy Danli Divine. I'm sitting here with who are you?
West Side Motherfucking Jones, but I'm just West Side Jones, man. Y'all already know who I am. If you're not familiar, please get familiar. If you have not heard of me, I'm pretty sure you heard of me on one of his podcasts before, because I know I was on here with my wife. So yeah, but I'm just a regular old guy, regular old hustler, working man. Fellow poly person. You know what I'm saying? And my wife in the background acting boo.
Yes,
I'm always doing some extra shit. What's up, people?
You are, girl.
You back in the building, disturbing shit and shit.
God. Well, take that shit somewhere else. It's starting to stink.
Don't you?
But not so on this episode. I know we just had some stuff happen recently.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And it had to deal with Black love.
Right.
Now, what do you consider to be Black love? Like, I feel like that's an interesting question.
To me, it's almost a contradiction, because you can't have love without. Well, look, let's go all the way back. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go all the way from the jump.
I know where this going.
Now, from the jump, you got to break the words down. Black love. You got to break it down. Now,
okay,
let's break it down.
We're talking colors.
We're gonna talk colors for a second. For a second, real quick second. Okay.
I'm identifying as a white woman. I'm gonna see my way out.
Ain't that a bitch? I'm gonna do them cracks. Never mind.
Hey, we can't be saying those words. This is 2022. We gotta say creamies, okay?
Oh, creamies. I'm sorry, creamies. That's a new one.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm bringing it. I'm making it new.
That'll work.
First, I say that too.
So we're gonna break the whole term Black love. We're gonna break that down now. Now, so you got the term Black, quote unquote, Black love. Now, we go from the originating of to say that we all know that Earth started with, or at the creation, it all started as one race.
Mm-hmm.
It started as one body. Everybody was one. It was all uniformed, and you know what I'm saying, it's pretty much blah blah blah. There it is. This, that, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And so we've already been, made aware of, and it's been scientifically proven and all this kind of stuff, that the original man is what?
One of color?
Black power, one of us. So when we say, when the saying comes to, now, this is my own definition, not anyone else's, this is mine.
All right.
But my definition of Black love is just love, period. Why? Because you originated. Take the word Black away. What do you have? Love.
Love. You
put Black in it. What is it? Still love. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is I feel that they tried to commercialize it and put a separation in it, to where they had a separation with everything else.
Yep.
To where you have now when they use the frames, and I say they, meaning Hollywood, media, that kind of crap, and put the ones that put the ideas in our heads that this is the ideal life.
This is how a relationship should look. This is what beauty is.
Yeah,
and all that.
Exactly. So when they put that out there, it mainly that you see are white faces.
Mm-hmm.
When we said something and didn't agree with that, was like, wait a minute, y'all not the only people that love. Then they label it Black love.
Yep.
That's Hollywood and media. Now, us amongst ourselves, our own race, we take the Black love and we take it into stages. Because you'll hear someone say, well, that's Black love over there. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because you got you got a young couple over there. They say that's Black love or whatever like that. Nah, this be you heard some old school, some old heads like me. Now this puppy love right there. They ain't been there long enough. They still got some growing to do. Then you might have a middle-aged couple.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say, well, that's black love right there. Close to it. It's really, really close.
They grew a little bit. They grew a little
bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of more
leave it.
A little bit. Then you got these couple that's 70, 75, and they've been together 50, 60 years. That's your black love. I say that because they went through the hardest part of just being black and still being in love. People don't think that like love itself is a job. It's not necessarily a battle, but it's a job.
Yeah.
It's a job that you have to keep in tune with, keep together for yourself. So therefore you're able to give it out and spread it amongst other people.
Yeah.
So the whole term black love, to me, it's a negative. I don't like it. I don't necessarily care for it because it really has no meaning to me. Unless, you know what I'm saying, I put it in certain categories or where I'm talking to certain people.
Okay.
And then it be, you know, directed that way. But black love to me, it's just love, bro. It doesn't matter.
I agree completely. And it's funny because when you started talking about it, I was like, this motherfucker's stealing everything I was about to say. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, man, I'm usually the insightful one. Like, how am I going to come back on this? Like, I can't even add my 2 cents because you just said my 2 cents. But it's cool. It's cool. I got a penny I'm going to slide onto the table as well.
I was going to say, you got something. I know you do. I know you do.
You know me. I
always got something.
I read a lot. I like reading. Anywho, but with it, for me, I feel like when it comes to black love, like you said, we got the Eve gene. We all came from color. Now, with it was based off of separations that caused us to get categorized as black love, which I feel it goes even a little deeper than that, because now it's like you have all these other different type of categories as well. So you got the Asian love, you got I've never heard white love because I don't know.
I haven't either, but also I've heard of the Aryan race. They love their people, so I guess that's white love. I don't know.
Somewhere up in the mountains of the Caucasus, I guess. But anyway,
so. Somewhere in the ghost world or something. I don't know.
The thing that gets me is I'm like the separation, because you think about it. I think the reason that how you touched on where they dealt with being a couple as being black as a couple, I feel like when it comes to black love, it's being able to go through these struggles, hardships together. Now, a lot of times it usually is 2 people of color, but I don't really feel like it should be called black love anytime you see 2 black people together. I'm like, for me, black love, I'm like, I feel that any person of color can really spread that. It's in our genes. It's the peace and love that we naturally have in our bodies, in our souls. That's just how we are. You think about it through history. Every time that we have any types of battles, whatever, we're trying to go about it in a peaceful or emotional way, trying to go peaceful to where it's like, hey, we don't want violence in them. We just want our side heard. Being emotional with it by being vulnerable enough to show how we feel and talk about the things that we dealt with and how it made us feel as a people that we are. That right there, just being black. So now I'm like, love in general is like how you said, that's just spread wide cross. Everybody can fall in love. Everybody can show love. Now there are different levels of love, yes. But I'm like, showing love in general, I can show love to a person doesn't mean I'm in love with the motherfucker, you know?
Exactly.
I'm like, so really for me, I'm like, I don't feel that there is a black love. I mean, unless you have some kind of kink where you love black people.
Either that or you like black leather. I mean, you could take dog, it could be taken so many different ways, but the most common way that is thrown out and given is the love amongst black people. Now I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the whole little fiasco.
Oh God!
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. And
man, why we gonna do this? That was some black supremacist type shit.
Because it's a reason why. Yeah. Because it was something that was said in that. When the guy, he was like, if y'all ain't got nothing to do with your community or the empowerment of our people, then I don't want to have nothing to do with it. My thing is, what exactly are you doing to empower our people? Because we can be forceful and try to empower and lift up our people all day, but if our people not listening to us, then what's
You
the
can
point?
lead a goat to water, but you can't make it drink.
Thank you. It's the same
Like,
thing.
bro.
And if we've been going about this all these years, trying, striving, marching, talking, signing petitions and all of this kind of stuff for equality for all this time, why keep the separated labels around?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean,
Seriously.
we're trying, like, it's kind of like how when women were back in the day were fighting to have equal rights and be able to do the same thing men can do. Now they have that, and some of them complain about it and all that other stuff. But then it's like, okay, you are complaining about being segregated, but here we are years later and we are still segregated, just in a different way. We can all go to the same bathroom and shit, but you still looked that we still get looked down upon based on our skin color. We still have people preying on us based off our skin color. BBCs, big black cocks. Like,
get prejudged and everything
exactly.
else just off of just because
exactly. Now you want to throw black love in there. Like, I mean, I think the only way that the term, for me, I feel the term black love can be turned into a positive thing when people start realizing, like, if it was being called black love based off of the love that black people are given, the amount that, how hard and how much we will fight for those that we care about. I'm like, if black love started being talked about like that, I think it will have a positive stand rather than being, oh, that's black love. And a lot of times you see black love, it's usually shit that's on Housewives of Atlanta type shit, or all these other crazy ass things where motherfuckers doing stupid ass shit. And then the guy and the girl are toxic as fuck towards each other and shit. That's not black love. That is stupidity. That's not even love. That's okay. Y'all getting dick or pussy from time to time and y'all in love with that shit. That's what it is.
That's a show.
It's a show. That is a sucker in love with mediocre pussy or penis. That's a simp.
Yeah.
That's entertainment.
That's what your shows are. You know what I'm saying? They didn't took this whole, like, I'm waiting for the show. I know it's gonna come out, but they have it something similar, but they haven't titled it. I'm waiting for the show to come out titled Black Love. And I feel like
a little late.
I feel like the Love and Hip Hop is the motherfucking Black Love.
I feel like they, because what was it? Was it Fred Meyer or Walmart? I think it was Walmart. They came out with that Juneteenth ice cream. They got rid of that shit real quick and apologized. I feel like they realized that if they made a show called Black Love, a lot of people are gonna get a lot of backlash on that.
She said it was a show called Black Love and it didn't go over well.
Called Black Love. It didn't go over well because they went in a way of I want to say kind of like the Huxtables meets Bel Air type. Like, nothing in it was really real per se. Because what they did was they overdid that aspect of it. Like, they went way too hard with they really had these characters, like.
So it seemed more like a skit from the Chappelle Show.
By the Black people, because that's not how we behave. You know what I mean?
Why is it so down looked on? I mean, it's fine, it's great for us to be imitated. But for us to be shown in our real natural state as just being everyday working humans just like the next person, why can't that be shown and not just our animalistic side? Why does
that's not good entertainment. It's not good entertainment. You got to think about it.
Here's what y'all got to understand. When people look at Black people, they see something supernatural. They don't even see a person. They think we're
superheroes the whole time, don't they?
They think that we don't feel pain.
He said superheroes.
They think that we don't feel pain, that we don't have emotions.
Everything you describing is a superhero.
But let me finish.
Let her finish.
The problem is it's our fault because that's what we push out.
I think it's what we allow. I think it's what we allow.
We're so hurt. We lash out at every fucking thing. And
that's because we've been given so much love for so goddamn long for motherfuckers not to.
What I'm saying?
It's literally just keep stepping on it.
They don't show that we do actually, like, when we at home at night and we all in our own environments, what that looks like. Some of us on our knees nightly crying. Some of us, trying to fucking do meal prep for the week for the babies. Some of us, like, they don't see that side.
And you know the crazy part?
Put out. What Black people put out is the image that we hard as fuck and ain't nothing coming over here fucking with me. Because if you do,
you get fucked up.
You gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna get the Goddards before they get me.
You on the Medea mindset. I'm gonna get them before they get me. But how you know they're gonna get you? I don't, but I'm gonna make sure that I get them before I got.
I'm saying that to say this: the problem ain't with other races. The problem is internal. We as a whole ass race gotta change our way of thinking.
Oh shit.
And we all gotta agree on it. But see, the problem is you got Black people like me, Black people like you, Black people like Danli, who are Black and don't want to be mixed in with the Negroes. Because when you get with the Negroes, it's a problem.
But that's
you
when
get
you
what
come
I'm saying?
in. That's when you got a lot of motherfuckers.
So this
like me,
is why the problem is internal. That's why the problem is internal.
I got a saying. You probably heard me say this a few times in the past where I'm like, old is old, new is new. I am new, so forget the old. That right there helps me not to do what you do by flipping that switch.
All it is, we as a people, the problem is fucking internal. We preaching all this shit, but we ain't got nothing sitting in place, no action. We ain't got no plan. We can preach this shit all day. Where's the plan?
All right, so what do you think that we can do as Black people to get rid of this? But I do want to say, I want to add one more thing though. Everything that you were just saying right there, Martin Luther King pretty much addressed that in a letter to Birmingham. In a letter to Birmingham, when he was in prison, he wrote that letter. He stated that he felt that, granted it was the state of Mississippi, but this right here, I feel like goes for the whole fucking America. Because I feel like every other country is good. America literally wrote a check that they can't cash to the people of color.
They did.
And I'm like, I think ultimately that's what's coming. That's even Martin Luther King once said as well that we are a peaceful people. He doesn't want to see things go down the road
until we are pushed.
Physical violence and everything. We cannot be like our oppressors. But the way that things are going, I feel like it's about to start really getting physical because all this, nothing's changed. I mean, like, think about it. Like when Black Lives Matter first started, they were cool. Yeah. Then now it's been categorized as a gang based on all the activity that has happened after in the name of
also
BLM.
A criminal organization too.
Yes. So I'm just like, no offense, kind of sound like folk. We're not a gang, we're an organization. So, but I'm like, with it, it's crazy. It's crazy because I'm like, we're over here talking about Black love right now, and somehow we stemmed into the whole racism, where that ties into how us as Black people are carrying ourselves around right now based off of the agendas of, I don't want to say any particular race, but I'm just going to say the government, and how they're literally segregating us and have been from the beginning by either putting us in places to where we can only afford based off of only be able to accept certain pay grades based off color of our skin, therefore putting us in a certain class where we have no choice but to be in the ghetto, then providing certain things into the ghetto to make us look comfortable. Make us comfortable and make us look bad at the same time, which also has tendencies to cause a person into crime to try and get more of that certain substance, therefore now filling up majority of the prisons with certain people of color. Now with it going on as well, trying to make it seem, adjusting the music and media to make it seem like, okay, this is how they act, but yet at the same time trying to get other people of colors who act that same way because that's what they're seeing and being portrayed as in the media. Like, well, shit, if that's what I am supposed to be doing, even if I don't do it, that's what's expected of me. So boom, eventually you're gonna start doing it. Then also controlling the music to where now it's like, okay, cool. You got so many Black girls don't even want to be with Black guys anymore because they are not a rich nigga, 6-figure, big dick. That's not their type. So it's just like, yo,
you know what's crazy?
What?
You know what's crazy? I say maybe 5 years before now. 5 years before now, it wasn't about what you said. It was he ain't stable enough. Some of the young ladies, some of the women, some of the guys, they had it figured out then, as we did when we were growing up. We found out that, oh, okay, it ain't about what you got on the outside. It's about what you can build, what you already coming in with. It's like, look here, I'm already established. Do you want to ride along with me or not? Because if not, go ahead and struggle by yourself. If not, you can go ahead and roll over me, and we finna do big.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The whole shit changed. I'm not sure where the whole trajectory. And it's crazy because when I was younger, me and my cousin had a talk, and we talked about this, and I did not know that it would come to fruition like it did, but it's not even here yet, but it's close enough to where we can say it is. We talked about when I was younger, I say I was about 13 or 14. We said we felt then, she's maybe about 2-3 years older than me. We felt then that it was a race war coming. Said we didn't know when, we didn't know how, but we just feeling it, that it's a race war coming. At the time, they had started the DSEG program. That's back home, St. Louis. They started DSEG program. What that is, they took city kids and put them in the county schools. County schools was majority white. City schools were black. So they started taking the city kids, putting them in the county schools, called that the DSEG program. Yeah. That was the whole, or the flat line out of it is desegregation program. That's really what it was. So that's what they started that shit. And so from seeing that, I had talked to my cousin. Now my cousin is, her and her sister, young ladies that have family in the city, but were born in the county. Okay. So they were already out in that area. So she came and asked me, she said, well, how do you feel about the whole DSEG program? I was like, honestly, for real, I'm kind of nervous of it. Cause you taking a kid that has been in a predominantly nothing but black school to where he knows his kind, himself, he's cool, he's comfortable, and you put him in a whole nother environment to where he has to readjust. Now, in doing that, you could shake something up mentally. You could shake something up physically. Yeah. But it takes up to that individual to be able to adjust and adapt to where he at. And so from that, I mean, I say that's where the whole black love shit, it was just made up to make us feel more comfortable to say that we got love, or that we can give love, or we show love.
Make it seem like there's one more thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some kind of entitlement. Safe word. Do you think that's what they're doing? Sorry, I just got hella loud right there. You think that's what they're doing? They're just trying to like give us these derogatory titles, making it seem like it's a good thing to make us feel like we have more things, that we are more equal.
Hell yeah. That's the only way. Look, in their words, they own, every man is supposed to be created equal. Yes. That doesn't happen. We know that. We've been seeing that for years. They know
facts
that.
On facts.
Hey, but the only thing is okay, well, we know it's not equal, but we're not going to change this Constitution. We're not going to update it. We're not going to change the words. We're not going to change the facts of how we truly feel. We just have these people here, and they're not going.
We have to calm them down and make them feel like they're getting what they're asking for.
Exactly. So they don't get smart enough and cause an uproar and know that they can take this shit over if they wanted to.
Exactly. I mean, in all honesty, predominant majority of the people in America are people of color. And I'm not even saying just black people of color, because when it comes down to it, black people, we are going to stand by who stands by us.
Exactly.
I mean, we've got white people on our side. We've got Hispanics. We've got Asians, all that. So when it comes down to it, all these white supremacists, y'all really want to get rowdy, cuz? Yo, this whole country can shut the fuck down.
Real quick.
Like, yo, you already remember the movement when the Bloods and the Crips tied their fucking flags together, had a whole truce. Imagine if all the ethnicities in this country came together.
They did the same thing.
Yep. I'm talking about, you got BBI, you got fucking Latin Kings, you got Chris Bloods, you got successful lawyers all coming together, putting this shit together, wiping all this shit off. We can take over this country. Be mindful. Think about the shit. But yet, for some reason, we as a people refuse to come together collectively, put our minds together, and the things that we know individually,
I ain't gonna say we refuse to come together. There's
always some.
We stuck in the mind frame that I gotta outdo my brother, or I gotta outdo this guy down the street for no reason beyond us knowing, obviously, that there really is no competition.
There isn't.
Why? Because he's literally on the same level you are. I don't give a fuck how much you see and you think you see.
If anything,
that money's tied up that he's showing.
I like to think that we're not each other. We are each other's competition, more of like a rivalry, because of the fact that the only thing that I feel that if we continue doing what we're doing without the killing and the animosity, we actually would do really good. Because it's when we start getting to that point where it's like, for example, me and you, we could be on the same level, but I'm pushing you to go further as you're pushing me to go further, because we both are thinking that the other person's higher than where they really are. Right. So now that right there is causing both of us to grow and really hustle harder, or whatever it is that we're doing, that we have like a similar profession. Mm-hmm. Now, if we don't sit here and keep trying to shoot the other person down and make things harder for them, and really go with the mentality, keeping that same mentality of, okay, cool, I'm hustling, you hustling, we both trying to get up there. Instead of me trying to shoot you down, I try and help you get up there, because that's also going to make me try and still continue to beat you. But it's like, all right, cool, I helped you with this. So maybe if I have run across a time of struggle, hey, this and this, what would you do in this situation? We can still talk to each other, while at the same time challenging one another to rise higher.
Right.
That right there could be Black love.
It is. Who said Black love had to be nobody said it had to be a heterosexual thing.
Yeah, facts on
Black
facts.
love could be just commonly brotherly love, as they want to call it. Mm. It could be sister love. It could be love just amongst my friends, my people, the ones I know they got my back, my riders, my ace. You know what I'm saying? That's Black love right there.
Hey, we're gonna have to pause this real quick, do a quick intermission. All right.
Yep.
All right. Welcome back. All right. So, as we were just talking with Black love, do you remember where you left off at?
No, not really.
That's fine. Fine.
Not really.
I know we were talking about the separation of the colors, and then I think we left off with if we all were to come together. Oh no, we were talking about the rivalry of helping raising each other up, and how that can be considered Black love.
Oh yes. That's what I think is might be a common misconception, not even amongst others, but amongst ourselves first. Because I think I don't know why, but it might be just amongst us that we have this. I know in men ourselves, we have a natural competitive, what do you call it? Yeah. We have a natural competitiveness about us.
Facts.
Now, what I say is fucked up, and it transpires into where it's not only just the man, it's like the whole family, to where it turns into literally the whole race is, you know what I'm saying? They just got this built up, can't nobody fuck with us, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Agitation or whatever. So it's like, damn, I'm not sure where all the aggression came from, and I don't know why we can't seem to come as one and just be as one. Why it's so hard for us to do, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's times where me growing up and everything, I was sometimes like, I'm not gonna say I never looked at somebody and saw some things that they had, and I was like, I wish I had that. But to really run up and just get a lick, I wouldn't do shit like that, because I guess I've always been kind of a reasonable person, but I always used to think about what somebody else might be going through, you know?
I have an answer.
Oh shit. What's your
answer?
answer?
I have an answer.
Nah, put your hand down. I'm a substitute teacher. I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
I do have an answer.
I ain't never gonna see you again.
Example, we had a prime example the other day. Dude called me out for being different and having my hair and all of this, because I didn't celebrate his blackness the way that he wanted me to.
Hey,
I
Donald
don't
Glover,
the way you
Donald
black.
Glover, Gambino 3000, or what's the name? Gambino, what was it? Childish
Yeah,
Gambino. There we
whatever
go.
it was. Kenny.
This is America.
And
Oh, I'm
he
sorry.
accused
Actually,
me of being,
this
he
is
Childish
said,
Gambino.
he
in
literally
his
said,
words, this is America KKK.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he literally said, I have she got American hair. Baby, obviously you don't know your flags because I got so many colors up in here. There's black, there's gray, there's purple, there's pink, there's lilac.
There's a lung in there too.
There's orange. Like I have so many colors in my head right now.
Yeah.
But because I didn't agree with what he was saying, I was a problem. And we got to change that. So how we do it? How can you be black and still keep your individuality as a black person?
Yo, I gotta find this song. There's a song where and in there he's like, black hate black, black criticize black take from
y'all
black.
got called weak because
I'm like,
y'all
yo,
didn't agree.
I need to find that song. I'm gonna have to put that link in. I'm gonna have to get the link of that song and put it in with the podcast as well.
That's reality.
And I gotta put all your tags on again as well, Wes.
Y'all got called weak, and I got called all kinds of shit because I had different color hair and this and that and the other, and y'all was called weak because y'all didn't say yeah.
Yo, DV, because you're here, I got a question for you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I know that. That's why I said because you're still here. You good, Wes?
I was on my way in the other room.
Yo, I wish this was a video podcast. I wish this was a video podcast.
That was a mental note for myself.
Yo, for all y'all who cannot see, my guy is sitting in the chair trying not to cough, but like bouncing. Trying not to.
Bullshit.
I do not want to smoke this. That shit look like it hurt.
See what I deal with?
All I can say, I'm a smoker, y'all.
This motherfucker smoking possum. Oh, what you drinking?
Oh, I told you. This episode is sponsored by Mooka.
It ain't sponsored by shit.
I had the whole
sponsor,
documents
yeah.
box over you. I couldn't see you when you said that. And even so, we weren't recording at that time yet.
Mooka.
Oh, that's
Cognac.
That's a nice bottle.
It's very good. The little panther goes all the way around the bottom.
I'm just saying, I don't know, because seeing the way that you was just bouncing in that chair like that, I don't know if I want that shit. You about ready to just like throw some paint on your face, get a spear and a shield, and start chanting around.
That's the pretty bottle.
Oh, that is nice.
This is my 40th birthday bottle.
Aw, you so young.
This is what, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you older than me. I'm trying to like put it in your head that you still a young man. All right. Because I know what it's like waking up in the morning and have to roll out of bed. You like motherfucker. So
y'all try to get great. That's what the fuck I got to say.
that joke. But DV, my question. Oh, she gone? Oh, okay. All right. So DV, what does love look like for you?
Love looks like, for me, it's real simple.
Now, this is just love. This is not black love or any type of love. This is just love in general.
If I love you or have some type of love for you, meaning if motherfucking you did, example, if I did some shit and you came to me and said, hey, that shit that you did wasn't cool, my love for you would make it easy for me to be like, okay, I ain't gonna do that. I might slip up, but I'm gonna actively be on point about this because I don't want you to be hurt.
Okay.
Love for me is respect because I want the respect. You can love me and still do some shady shit.
That's true.
But if you respect me enough with that love, then hey, we can do great things.
Bet. West side.
Yeah.
Same question to you.
Yeah. Shit. It's almost along the same answer as hers. You know what I'm saying? It goes along the lines of I can accept, how do I put this? Okay. I can accept you respecting me, but at the same time, I'm knowing the whole time that there's always a chance of, you know what I'm saying, getting stabbed in the back.
That is true. But how would you describe love? Like, what is love to you?
Like, all the way. Love to me,
in one word.
Commitment. That's what I figured out love is. Love is commitment. If it's something that you love, or it's something that, like, it has a good majority or part of your heart, you have so much commitment to it, to where, okay, examples. I'll use two. Example. Okay, one, my love for my wife. My commitment to her is I would do whatever I have to do, whatever is needed to be, to make sure that she is at least okay or semi-happy.
My phrase for that would be a commitment to compromise.
Commitment to compromise.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck you ask me to do. If I give a fuck and I respect and love you the way that I say I do,
come to a mutual agreement.
What the fuck I need to do to make this shit.
Would that also fall down to trust?
Fuck yeah.
That now that you're trusting me to not go out here and make you look like a fool.
Yeah.
Now, whether that is on a platonic, romantic level, or even on a sexual level, you know?
That's a period.
Yep.
That's why I say respect.
Now check it. I agree completely with y'all definitions of love, because y'all two combined pretty much is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say love was commitment, trust, and vulnerability.
Yeah, you gotta be vulnerable.
Now that's love. That's love. That's not even being in love with someone, but that's just love in general in my eyes. I'm like, that's not even really being in love with a person, because then when you're in love with a person, I feel like when you're in love with a person, there really isn't anything you wouldn't do for them. But at the same time, you already have to have already loved that person enough to have that trust, that commitment, and to be vulnerable with them. Now, when you're in love with a person, you might end up investing more of all three or some of those three categories in there. You might trust a person with more things, or you might be vulnerable with more things with the individual. I'm like, you might even you'll trust them with more things, be vulnerable with them, but then at the same time, your commitment with them, there's more things that you would be ride or die with them with, because now it's like y'all are invested in one another. That makes sense?
Yep. It does. It makes total sense.
So then when it comes down to it, I want to say this real quick. It's funny because we are three Black people right here. The whole topic of this thing was Black love. And at the beginning, I did say that I feel that there is no such thing really as Black love, unless we're going to turn Black love into a positive thing again, to where the love that we as Black people give naturally towards other people is considered Black love because it's us giving it. That right there could be a positive thing. But as in two people of color together, I don't really say that that's Black love. But everything that we just talked about, as in love in general,
I would have to agree.
It would have to be Black love then, because we all are Black, whether you want to accept it or not. For all you little Carlton coconuts running around, or even motherfuckers who are albino thinking that they're Caucasian. Even the Caucasians, look, where the fuck you think y'all magical white big dicks come from? Where the fuck you think these white girls with fat asses come from? Everybody want to get big lips now all of a sudden, huh? I'm like, shit, next white person I see, if you say something, I'm gonna punch you in both your eyes, turn them bitches purple, or they elbow you in the fucking face so that way your lips can swell the fuck up, and I'll call you Black after that. Anyway, so I'm just like, everybody want to be Black until it's time to be Black.
Exactly.
But then when you think about it, y'all want to hate on Black, but y'all want to be Black. Then y'all want to segregate Black, but at the same time try and take what Black has.
Yep. And whatever we've made and created. Exactly. Whatever we put on this planet and put out and made and invented, of course, it was another one to, come in and try to take credit for it or take all the credit for it.
Yep. Anaya was telling me about how in the books right now, they're trying to make it seem like Black people came over to America on paid wages and agreed to come over here. It's like they're trying to erase slavery.
Wow.
And for anybody who, I'm not even going to tell y'all this story, which I'm sure you already know it, but I'm going to let y'all do your own research. Look up Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. Look up Black Wall Street. you will be surprised of all the things that they're not putting in history books.
It's certain shit they will not talk about.
You know what else is crazy too? This one's completely random. Why do they call one of the most violent days of the year Black Friday? But anyway, let's go ahead and get a little more positive because I just want to inspire. My name is Danli Divine. I am pulling this side of me out right now. Y'all ready for this?
Yes, go.
All right. In the Bible, it even says it started with darkness. When you think of darkness, what do you think of?
Black.
All right. Then he said, let there be light. Boom. I guess he wanted to see all these magnificent beings he was about to create. But so with that, everybody always says that light is good and black is bad, but we have all these pictures of the galaxy and space and everything is black.
And it's all beautiful. You ever
exactly. Everybody wants to go out and look up into the night sky that is black. And everybody always just says how it's nice, it's beautiful. They admire it.
Well, you see my complexion, so you know.
Yeah, you're black.
I've always dealt with the darkness thing, right? So,
my guy, you are the same color as my mic. you are my father's complexion.
It'd be like that, you know. So I had to ask my mother when I was younger. It's like, why people hate on me so much because I'm dark, because I'm black? And they always making fun of me. She say, do me a favor. One night, go outside, look up in the sky, look up in the dark sky, see how much beautiful stuff you can see. I say, okay. And then what? She say, nothing. Just tell me how much beautiful stuff comes out of black. I say, damn. Got you, mama.
Yeah. Excellent fact.
And that stuck with me forever.
So in other words, just from you saying that, black is beautiful. So for now on, when I hear people say black love, I'm just going to be like, okay, so beautiful love. Or either we can just say beautiful agape. Ooh, I like that. Beautiful agape. Hey, I'm a title this podcast Beautiful Agape. Because black is beautiful and love is agape. So beautiful agape. And then I'll put in parentheses black love.
All right, yeah.
Yo, that's it. Sick. Boy, see, I like the way my might be working on these things. Like, all right, anywho. But yeah, as I was saying, I was like, everything came from black. And I think that's why they're trying and make it seem like we are bad. They already turned it into like witchcraft is black. Everything that's supposed to be bad tends to be black. You can watch animes, the bad guy is usually wearing black. I don't know why the Japanese got good people with blonde hair and blue eyes like they over here worshiping Hitler or anything. But anyway, moving on off that one. I'm like, shoot. I'm like, what else? Evil associated with black. I wouldn't be surprised if Lucifer's colors is black. I mean, most times you think of Satanism shit.
It surprised me he was the most beautiful angel.
Yeah, but also in the Bible, when it talks about Lucifer, everything that describes about him makes it seem like he's human and he has emotions. So why do they portray him as a horned beast and stuff? Nothing in the Bible says he has horns and all that.
That's the easy way to pass off being not of the same.
Yeah. And therefore, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Maybe that's the reason why white people are so accustomed to seeing black people as objects rather than as people. It's easier for them to not see us as equals.
Dude,
easy to adjust, easy to accept.
Exactly. Therefore, when they do all those types of acts to us, because even in
the Creole people and the Haitians and shit, and they do all that motherfucking black magic and that
they call it voodoo.
They really think that we are supernatural.
I mean, we really are. Honestly, we are. Like if we're gonna get into a deeper conscious level, we are supernatural. Honestly, all of us are supernatural. Once you start learning how to unlock certain parts of your brain and other things of your consciousness, my girl, I tell you, the things that we can accomplish is crazy. Now, the hard part is staying consistent with that bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All them experiments and shit they used to do on motherfucking black people, they literally thought that we did not feel pain.
That's because they've been whipping us for years.
No, that's why they did that shit. I'm trying to tell you what they really thought when they seen a person of color, not just black people, when they saw people of color, because we all are hardworking. We all go out there and do what they think motherfuckers are supernatural.
Yeah, because we do the shit that they don't. We
We
do the shit that they don't. In all honesty,
those things.
hey, you want to hear my theory? So with it, we already know we run this world, this planet. I feel like white people are the aliens. They came down to Earth after they destroyed their planet, most likely Mars.
Minority is the white man.
Look at their face and look at our face.
I feel like that's what it was. I feel like white people were the aliens. Like I feel like white people are probably I feel like white people were probably the the alien race that came down, slept with the people of Earth, created the Nephilims, and then white people are literally descendants of Nephilims. There's got to be. Why else did they get pushed into the Caucasus Mountains?
They mutations.
I don't know, but look at their mouth. Their mouth look like goddamn ape mouth.
No, they look like orangutans.
Yo, leave those no lip having people alone. My work wife is white. She ain't got no lips. She can't do this. She can't do that. No, dead ass. I asked her to, bro. Every time I ask her, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm like, do this. And she's like, I'm like, bro, I did every single time. But nah, true talk, no lie. They tried. That's why you remember when at one point I remember they was like taking cups and putting on their lip. I think it was like the Kylie Jenner challenge or some shit. And they would like suck on that till their lips either would explode or
I was laughing so hard because I was over here like,
I don't need to do that. Yep.
Right.
Me and my daughter, me and PJ was over here like,
oh my gosh, y'all horrible. But nah, it's crazy. Like, there's so much stuff. I'm pretty sure that all these black people and kids and stuff who are going missing is probably by like the rich white folk. They over there doing experiments and shit, trying to find things out.
They did that shit. Me and Beta had a whole bunch of fucking selfies.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, hey, thank you all for joining me on this episode of Beautiful Agape, aka Black Love.
Yeah,
Black love.
I'm sorry I wasn't, in it to win it like that.
You contributed. You did a lot.
But it's always a pleasure.
This is a good episode, y'all.
Yeah, it definitely was. I enjoyed that a lot. All right, boss. I will catch y'all later as soon as I remember how to stop this. There we go. Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Danli Divine. If you like what you heard or you feel that it touched you somehow, subscribe to the channel. We're also on all social media. Links are underneath. So if you want to hit us up to be featured on the show, or you feel that you have something that you can contribute to it, you want to share your polyfuckery stories or anything like that, hit us up. I'm like, you can relate to anything that we said, hit us up. If you just want to be heard or just want to talk to someone, hit us up. We're always here.